From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your evening update.
Hello everyone, Mike Kruger. I am reporting from Baja, Mexico, where I'll be here for the week, but I assure you I've still got the forecast in hand. I'm able to access everything remotely. Of course, you can see here I'm recording this evening update remotely. Well, tell you what, let's get into the weather headlines. We're going to talk about more heat. You noticed it today. I think you're going to notice it again tomorrow. In fact, it may even be a bit warmer, tad warmer for tomorrow. Before we do start to see a dip in our temperatures. There is some cooling in the forecast, but not until the end of the week, and in particular for this weekend. Still looking at the potential for afternoon thunderstorms, especially for Modoc County, eastern Lassen County, and Plumas County as well. But west of that, places like Siskiyou County, Trinity County, most likely I don't expect to see any thunderstorms. And of course, we're still looking at continued cool conditions and fog out along the coast. So again, looks like it's going to be staying fairly warm here, inland, and not to mention for the valley. So here's your neighborhood forecast at a glance for tomorrow. Temperatures still most likely over, say, 105, 110, maybe a little bit hotter in some cases here for tomorrow in the valley. Still a bit hazy in some spots here. Still that slight chance. Here's what I'm going to say about the chances for thunderstorms in the mountains the next few days. Most likely you'll be dry. Okay, but if you have a chance in your area, there could be a stray shower, maybe even a stray thunderstorm over the next few days. So just kind of keep that in mind as we progress over the next couple of days. Now the winds, still your typical standard pattern we've seen so far this season. The winds die down in the morning, but they pick up in the afternoon, in particular for the valley and the eastern mountains. But look at Wednesday. The winds are really starting to show signs of picking up even stronger. We're talking upwards of 30, maybe even 35 mile an hour gusts. This is going to elevate the fire danger, unfortunately. Now, the humidity wasn't that bad today. Well, when I say that, mainly for Trinity County, western Siskiyou County, but still very dry in the valley in the typical spots. But we'll notice that by tomorrow and Wednesday, the humidity levels are going to be a little bit lower, and that is going to most likely increase the fire danger. We may even start to see a little bit more or increased activity coming in from the Shelley fire and the Hill fire, because again, we want to keep the humidity high and the winds low. So take a look at the fire weather risk. We're kind of in that high to even extreme range, especially for the north end of the valley, and your typical, looking at the high to moderate to high for central Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the eastern mountains. What you'll notice here as we go into Wednesday, we get even higher fire danger for the valley and even higher fire danger for many of the mountain locations as well. And we're beginning to see more of that moderate fire danger for places like Trinity County, western Siskiyou County, once again, because the humidity levels are beginning to drop. Now, I mentioned the potential for some thunderstorms. I think most of the thunderstorms for the next couple of days are going to be east of the state line. But look at that. You see some of the clouds developing in Modoc County, Lassen County. And some of those could produce a stray shower, maybe even an off chance for a thunderstorm. But notice where most of the thunderstorms are picking up, east of the state line in Nevada. That's the case tomorrow afternoon. That'll be the case again for your Wednesday. Wednesday morning, we're seeing some of that fog developing along the coast, but not as dense as we've seen in the past. Once again in the afternoon, we're seeing those afternoon clouds develop in the mountains. But most of the thunderstorms are, once again, east of the state line. But we can't rule out a stray shower or even a thunderstorm for parts of Modoc County and Lassen County as well. And then, of course, as we go into Wednesday evening, the chances are beginning to diminish. We're seeing more fog along the coast. Temperature-wise, yes, it's warming up tomorrow and staying fairly hot for your Wednesday. But by the time we get into Thursday, Friday, and this weekend, see that area of low pressure moving over Canada? That's going to push the ridge of high pressure to our east by the end of the week. Temperatures will drop significantly, especially going into your Saturday and your Sunday. But then, what you'll notice here, as we go into Monday, Tuesday, high pressure builds back in. Now, even though it's going to get warmer for early next week, not as hot as what we're experiencing here today, and not to mention tomorrow. Now we look at our wave heights, and you can see the wave heights really not changing much. They're going to stay fairly high. It looks like they will drop, though, as we go into Wednesday. That being said, there still is a small correct advisory for tonight and through the day tomorrow as well, with those winds from the north at about 15 to 20 knots. So let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast for tonight. Temperatures still on the mild side, mid-70s give or take for the valley. For the mountains, upper 50s and low 60s, low 50s along the coast. No big surprises, no big shocker there. No big surprises here, your daytime highs either, right? Temperatures are going to be hot, but we should drop below 100 degrees here for Trinity County by the time we get into Friday, and really, especially by the time we get into the weekend. Your North Coast neighborhood forecast. Inland, yeah, we're talking temperatures 90s, even some triple digits for some of the warmer spots. 103 for Orleans, 107 Willow Creek. But look at the temperatures dropping. We're back in the low 90s by Friday and through the weekend and early next week. Your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, your temperature is going to be in the upper 90s, even some triple digits in there as well. 99 for Mount Shasta, for all intents and purposes, could get up to 100 degrees. But temperatures dropping again. 80s by the time we get to Friday and for the weekend. Same situation for Modoc County, but notice the chance. Again, remember I mentioned, most likely you'll be dry in areas that have the chances for thunderstorms, because most of them will be east of Northern California. But we can't rule out a stray shower or maybe even a thunderstorm. But after that, most of the monsoon moisture should be well to our east by the end of the week, so chances for thunderstorms in the mountains will pretty much be gone at that point. But again, we got to watch tomorrow again, and we got to watch Wednesday for the eastern mountains, and not to mention Modoc County. Your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor. Temperatures in the 105 to 110 plus range. In fact, just a tad warmer tomorrow than it was today in most cases here. But you can see the temperatures are dropping. And it's going to be a big drop. Yes, it's hard to believe that I'm saying 95 degrees is cooler, but it is. 95 is definitely much cooler than 111. So we do have those cooler temperatures by the time we get to the end of the week and into the weekend. Have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.